All right, guys, welcome to Rant and Chill. Going to be talking about Love Bites. They recently had a live show in Tokyo Garden Theater, and it was really good. How did I see it? Since I don't live in Japan and I didn't have any way to fly out there. Well, like they do sometimes, they had it via online. You could check it out, online streaming. All I had to do is wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, catch the show at 4 o'clock in the morning, and okay, I could do that. And for a band like Love Bites, I would definitely do that again and again. If this was an option for every show, I would totally do it. Victor Entertainment, if you want to make more money, because I want to give you my money, okay? I want to give you more money. Like, definitely do that, okay? If you make it optional, or make it an option for every show to stream it, I will buy every time, and it'll be so great. I would love that. Anyway. All right, now I'm going to give you my real thoughts on this. I'm going to give you the good, the bad, I guess the ugly, and things that I was surprised by. There were a lot of surprises in this show, okay? If you're very familiar with Love Bites, you'll be surprised by some of this if you didn't get a chance to catch it. I guess there'll be like a DVD of it, I suppose, but I don't know. But if you missed out on, I mean, next time you hear that they're going to be streaming it, definitely check it out. Well, what can I tell you there? But there were some good surprises for sure. Now, I know I'm a Love Bites super fan. I'll call myself that. I mean, there's a Love Bites jersey over there. There are some things I'll say. Okay. One thing, it did seem a little rushed. Now, I'll say it was a 20 set song. The set list had 20 songs on it. It was a full show. The show itself was not rushed. The songs were not rushed. They were played all the way through. They were played with great intensity. There was a lot of precision there. I mean, the solos were fantastic. They did great on that. The great pacing. Asami was addressing the crowd. She was great. She's very entertaining there. But sometimes in Love Bites shows, like there's some space in between songs where, I don't know, Asami may say something or it's just like some room to breathe. There was none of that. And the show was a little delayed, and maybe that was the reason why. They were like, okay, let's just go. That was the mentality. Now, there were a couple of MC moments, and there were a couple of things which we'll get into, like the surprises and stuff like that. And I guess the highlights. That's all I can really say as far as criticism goes, as far as anything they really complain about. But it's nothing really to complain about compared to everything else that happened, which is great. So let's talk about the mixing, like the sound. Yeah, it's a live show. How did it sound? Because, of course, it's going to sound different from the studio. That's the great thing about a live show is that it could sound really, really great. Or it could sound, less than desired. This sounded great. Their performance here was fantastic. The mixing, oh, yeah. The drums were extra crisp. That's what I really enjoyed about it. In fact, if anything, Haruna, the drummer, sounded like she was in command. She was in the command center. She was driving driving everything. The conductor of the whole show. Her drums command the scene. Definitely. There's this particular symbol she has, and she uses it quite a bit, and I know she used it in previous shows too, but like it was much more noticeable. Like it was really, I was like, oh wow, yeah, it makes like this shaking sound every time she hits it. It's like a that thing. Man, I love that. I loved how I could hear that much more, and it was like you could hear how its relationship with how it works with like the guitar and the bass and all that. It was like, okay, all right, that's very cool. I like that. I thought the guitars were great. They sounded good. Very aggressive when they needed to be. Nice rich tones when they need it, especially for the solos. The bass itself, that definitely had a bassy sound, and also very meaty, very metal, I should say. Very metal at times. They had that metal clink. The metal bass strings are kind of hidden against the metal stuff. I had a bass guitar once, okay? I'm not a musician, okay? All right. But you know what I'm talking about. The nice metal clanky sound. You could hear that there. It was nice. And then Asami's voice sounded great in this too. So what I'm saying is the mix was good. And when they release this for videos, if they do, you'll understand. You'll definitely understand. And if you caught it live, you let me know what you liked about it as far as like the mixing goes. If there's something like you prefer, if you would prefer things to be a little bit different, I suppose. I liked it. I don't have a problem with it. So I'm like, yeah, that's good. All right. Now, things that I was like wowed by, things I was surprised by. I was not expecting them to open with The Crusade of all songs. The Crusade. A lot of Love Bites fans call Crusade like they reference Crusade to be like an homage to Aces High, Iron Maiden's Aces High. And there's a reason for that, is because, well, if you compare Aces High with The Crusade, well, there is a little bit of similarity in the riff and in the structure for sure. Though there's a lot of differences there. And there's no problem with that. I mean, that's actually something that the band themselves, at least I think, was it Miho that had said that? So, yeah. On a side note, some people get bothered for some reason when you say a Love Bites song has a particular sound and they compare it to like a Western band like Iron Maiden. I don't know why some people have this problem, where if for some reason, if they hear that you compare Love Bites to like another band, it means for some reason like they're being devalued or something. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, how sensitive do you have to be? All right, like, bro, that's how people understand what the sound is. What? But yeah, it's like Aces High, but cranked up to 11. Cranked up to 11 on the badass scale, okay? There's much more going on. There's a lot more. There's just like, the thing about Love Bites that we're like, especially if you're new to them and you're like kind of curious, is that there's a lot of complexity in it that can be, well, no, it's not overwhelming. I don't think so, because it kind of like you'll notice things more and more as you re-listen to certain songs, because there's a lot of elements, a lot of things getting mixed in there that you won't notice. There's things you won't notice in your first time playing through. And besides, it's just a really good blend of everything awesome to make a really good song. And but the reason why I was surprised that they started with The Crusade is because it's a song that I haven't heard them play in a while. In a while, at least I don't recall. My memory can be bad at times, but I don't recall that. And hey, that was cool. They go from The Crusade to When Destiny's Align. When Destiny's Align, early on in the set list, I was like, oh, what? And When Destiny's Align, man, it is great to hear that song live, especially to see it. When you see Midori and Miyako, the two guitarists, go shoulder to shoulder when they're doing the solo, they do that. Of course they do that. MDO was fantastic. Now I'm just going through the set list here. A really cool highlight is during the show, Love Bites, they go into the crowd. They go into the actual crowd. Like at this venue, there's aisles in between where people are sitting. It's a sitting venue. You're sitting down. I mean, I guess you could stand up in your spot, I guess. But they would walk down the aisles. They would just walk down. Where, like, people could, I mean, if someone wanted to get frisky, get a little crazy, I guess they could. But I'm sure someone would knock them out. You know, I'm sure there's security that would take care of them real fast, you know? All right. Besides, Midori's there, and Midori is one of the guitarists. As you know, she's the one that works out quite a bit. She looks fit, dude. She will knock you out real fast. But that was really cool to do. It was really fun. A cool thing. When it was happening, I was like, wait, the audio's cutting out. Oh, that makes sense, because as they were doing that, they're kind of testing the range of like the wireless setups and all that stuff, which is kind of what happens when you do something like that. But people, I think in the moment, people are like, oh man, this is so cool. And then they understand. If they understand, it's like, oh, okay. That's a cool moment. Love that quite a bit. Very cool. Another cool moment. Oh, they played Wicked Witch. That was actually their 5th song they played. And I love that song. That song is one of my favorites. And it has just great momentum in the song. I figured that I didn't think they would play it. I did not think they would play that song. Was not expecting it, but I'm glad they did. And great momentum in it. Great gallop with the bass and drums. Asami, the singer, she freaking killed it. And lovely solos, man. The solos were awesome in that performance. And what else could I say? Oh yeah, when the strings come in this song, they have like a keyboard presence, especially at the end. That's some people consider, I don't think it's cheesy. I think it works just right. It's perfect for the song. It's perfect for the song. You got to hear it. It makes sense when you're like, oh yeah, but it makes sense why they only introduced it one time in the song and at the end. Because if they had introduced that element like early on and kept it, it probably would have been a little too much fanfare going on in that song. But they did it just right to where it sounds, perfect. They played Unchained. Unchained is one of their new songs. They played that, and it works all live. It works perfectly live. I like that quite a bit. Really cool. No, we were kind of expecting, I say we, I mean like people in the Love Bites Discord. Great Discord, by the way. Highly recommend it. And we were kind of expecting them to play a new song. Weren't sure what they were going to play. But we got one, Unchained. Now, it is the only new song that they play, but it's still really cool. It's still really cool. Let's see. Any other highlights? Oh, man, every song has its kind of moment. I mean, every song sounded good, but like the songs I particularly really enjoyed that really were just amazing, like above and beyond, was I'm going to include Wicked Witch there. I'm also going to include a Final Collision. I was not expecting that, especially, and I'm going to include the piano solo. So, Miyako, one of the guitarists, she plays piano. Anytime there's a piano element in these songs, she's playing that piano. She'll go from playing guitar to playing piano and seamlessly transition. It's like she's a master at it. I don't understand it. You know, other bands would probably take it a little bit easy on them and be like, you could use a backing track. But no, Miyako is a perfectionist, and it's great. I love that about her. I think we all do. And she's like, you know what? No. We're going to play it. We're going to play it live, all of it. I mean, like, and they did. When I was hearing the solo, I was like, okay, this is cool. This is cool. I didn't really know where it was going to go. I was like, where's the solo going to go here? Because it sounded really nice. It was pleasant and all that. And then it goes right into the Final Destination. A Final Collision. Final Destination is a movie. All right. Final Collision piano beginning. And that was so cool the way that worked. And that's just a good song to hear live. It works so good. Yeah. Another good performance. Oh, Soldier Stands Solitarily was amazing. Was really good. I got to mention that. They had Judgment Day, of course. Erase Some Hell was another great song. Another really great highlight, I think, was... I'd have to say Under the Red Sky. Definitely Under the Red Sky was really cool. I love that part. Great performance there. There are masters on stage. Great presence, man. Like the light show and all the stuff going on the stage, like all the smoke and the fire and all that, as they're playing and they're badass. They have like these, badass poses that they have as they're playing. Just so cool. Just so cool what's happening there. What else? Another big highlight. Well, I kind of brushed over Set the World on Fire. Got to mention that song because a lot of fire going on there. A lot of pyrotechnics going on there. With a song called "Set the World on Fire," you're gonna expect that for sure. And they did have an encore. Actually, it's expected for Love Bites to have an encore. As a Love Bites fan, I kind of expected that they would, but the amount of time between their last song and the encore songs, I was kind of wondering. I was like, okay, wait, what's going on here? Are they coming back? Or are they not coming back? You know, you'd hear the crowd just shout one more. You know, and it's like, are they coming back? What's going on here? Oh no, they came back. They came back all right, and they came back and they played, of course, one song. And I'm not gonna look. Here's what I'll do. Here's what I'm gonna know if you guys watched it, or if you haven't watched it. Let's see if you can guess this. Okay. They played 2 songs. I know you could guess one of them. If you're a Love Bites fan and watch and know how Love Bites performs their shows, you know what the last song is. You already know what the last song is. If you're a Love Bites fan and watch their live shows and you don't know what the last song is, bro, they play it every time. They play it every time. It's like the same song because it's the song that unites us all. It's as if we are united. But the other song they played before that is a very iconic Love Bites song. It is the flip side to Rising. I look at it that way. It is a very cool song, has a sweet gothic tone to it. Lovely, lovely song. That's all I'll say. Let's see if you figured that one out. But yeah, man, like I said, in short, it's great. It's great, great performance, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was amazing. Amazing show. The girls freaking killed it. The ladies killed it there. And at the end of it, dude, like Miyako looked like drenched in sweat. Like she was like she gave it her all. Like that, like all of them looked like they gave like their best performance that they could give, and it definitely came off that way. So anyway, that's what I thought about it. If you're new to Love Bites and kind of curious, I say check out their stuff. Try out Shadowmaker. There's no real reason why I'm saying that song right now, right? It has nothing to do with the 2 songs I asked you to guess. Definitely try out Shadowmaker if you're new to Love Bites. That's a good song. You're going to love it. If not, I don't know what to tell you, man. Your ears must be broken or something. He must like Justin Bieber. Well, anyway, with that said, you guys take it easy and have a good one.